Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dad Adventures, the channel for casuals, beginners, and gamer dads like me who want to be more effective and have fun while playing Helldivers 2. Today I'm showing you what I feel is the best loadout for taking on those nasty Terminids, and it's centered around the SG-451 Cookout shotgun. Now this primary absolutely shreds bugs, and when paired with the right stratagems, it makes even the biggest swarms manageable. Let's jump in. So before we get started, the way you're going to unlock the Cookout is by purchasing this Freedom Flames War Campaign. It'll be right here on the first page for 20 medals. Now this gun kind of feels like the SG-8 Punisher and the SG-225 Incendiary Breaker kind of made love and had a sweet, sweet baby. Now this gun took all of the best parts of the Punisher. It's a pump action, it's got the high damage at 320 standard damage, and it has that stagger ability to push back bigger enemies. Now the reason why it being a pump action works so well is because it's going to have two 8-round tubes, allowing you to load up to 16 rounds. The best part is that when you reload, it's not a magazine. You're going to load those shells one at a time. So if you have an enemy coming up on you, you can cancel that reload and shoot however much you loaded. This does make it a little bit different from things like the Breaker, where you have to load the entire magazine into the gun before shooting it. And trust me when I say this is a game changer. Now for that stagger ability, you can shoot things like Alpha Commanders and Brood Commanders, and you literally just push them back. They will never get close to you unless you're not really paying attention. Then they can kind of sneak up on you, which does happen from time to time. I'm not gonna lie, it happens to me. But this might be like one of the most overpowered abilities in the game. Now, along with having the best parts of the Punisher, it also has the best parts of the Incendiary as well. It's got the fire pellets, and it's got the wider spread to hit multiple enemies at once, making this the best gun for crowd control. Now I know what you're thinking as like a casual or a beginner player. Does it matter if I can't hit my shots? This weapon has one of the lowest recoils of all the shotguns, with only the Breaker and its variants having lower recoil. Now my overall opinion of this gun is that it's fun, it's easy to use, and it's powerful enough against swarms and some of the bigger enemies on tougher missions that this is why I put it as the top primary for the best loadout against Terminids. Now to back up this great primary weapon, I chose an even better secondary. I went with the P19 Redeemer. Now I feel like this is the best secondary in the game. Bushwhacker might be a close second, but this thing has a crazy fire rate with 1100 rounds per minute. It's got 60 base damage, which puts the DPS at 1100. Now I can't glaze this gun too much. There are a few downsides. Number one, this thing goes through its entire magazine in 2 seconds. Now to help combat that, I kind of put it on semi-auto to help with more of the range targets, like the Shriekers, stuff that the Cookout kind of doesn't hit very well. And it does seem to help with making the magazines last a little bit longer and not deplete as fast. This gun does kind of have a little bit of recoil too when you have it on the full auto. I think the recoil is even higher than that of the AR-23 Liberator. So when you put it on that semi-auto, it does cut down quite a bit because you're only shooting one round at a time. But definitely if you're in like a swarm or something and you need that gun quick and you're out of ammo with the Cookout, put that thing on full auto and just mow down these targets. So to unlock this secondary, you got to go to this Helldivers Mobilize campaign, and it'll be on the second page right here. And it is only 5 medals, so it doesn't cost too much to unlock. But like I said, you're going to want this gun. So for grenades, I always use impact grenades. These don't have a fuse, so they detonate on impact, hence the name, which makes them perfect for closing bug holes, and I also use them on heavier enemies. They do 400 explosion damage, and what explosion damage does is unless that enemy has some sort of a resist or immunity to it, it's gonna eat all 400 damage to its main health. Now I get it. Sometimes you don't want to run the same thing over and over again and you want some variety. I would kind of stray away from doing it with the primary and secondary, but listen, you can do whatever you want. Ultimately, this channel is about having fun, so do what's fun for you. But with grenades, you can definitely get away with some variants. If you're not going to run the impact, I would definitely run a thermite grenade. They're not as good at closing bug holes because when you throw them, they are going to burn for about 6.5 seconds before they explode and close anything. But these are perfect for some of the bigger enemies like Chargers and Bile Titans. If you can throw it and get it to stick, after that 6.5 seconds, it's going to explode and it's going to kill it with that one grenade. So in order to unlock the impacts, you're going to find a trend here, but you're going to come to this Helldivers Mobilize. It's on page 5. They're right here for 20 medals. I know it might take a little bit to get them unlocked, but it's well worth the wait. And to unlock thermites, you'll come to this Democratic Detonation campaign, and they'll be on the first page for 15 metal. And like I said earlier, these things do 2,000 explosive damage, so it's going to kill whatever you throw it at. So now it's time for the stratagems. Now these definitely can have some variants as they're more mission based than anything else, but these are the 4 that I always run and never have any issues with. For number 1, we have the Recoilless Rifle. This thing's unlocked at level 5 in your admin center, and it is probably one of the best anti-tank weapons in the game. The amount of damage that this thing does is ridiculous. It can take out chargers and bile titans with one well-placed shot. Now, if you don't hit it exactly where you need it to be, it might take 2 rounds, but that's it. This weapon also does come with a backpack, allowing you to shoot it at least 6 times before you have to call in another one. So it is perfect when you're running some of those more challenging missions. So there are only really 2 issues that I have with the Recoilless. Number 1, if you want to be able to reload it, you have to carry the backpack around with you. And that kind of negates one of the other stratagems I'm going to recommend. Number 2 is the reload time. In order to reload this, it takes 4 seconds where you're just sitting there on a knee in order to reload it, and anything can attack you. Now that can vary, because if you can get one of your buddies to carry the backpack and help you reload, it cuts it down by more than half the time. So it's almost like an instant reload. So that does kind of help, because number 1, you don't have the backpack on you, and number 2, the reload is like nothing. And that's why I'll recommend the Recoilless over anything else. Now, if you don't like that, or you don't have it unlocked, you do unlock the EAT-17 anti-tank launcher at level 3. So you can run that. It does, when you call it down, it comes with 2 weapons that have 1 rocket in each. Those will also take down things like the charger and 1 shot to the dome. So if you don't want to run the Recoilless, you don't have to. You could switch it out with something like that. Now for the second stratagem, and is the reason why I don't like running the Recoilless, because it takes that slot, is the supply pack. Now this thing comes in handy. When you throw it on, you get 4 resupply packs that you can use for either yourself or your teammates. And like I mentioned earlier, the Cookout and the Redeemer kind of eat through ammo. This is honestly crucial. Unless you want to wait for that resupply cooldown to come in, this is honestly a must. Now for the third stratagem, I always run the Eagle Strafing Run. I know most people use the 500 kilogram bomb or even the Eagle Cluster, but number 1, you unlock the Eagle Strafing at level 1. Number 2, although the cluster bomb does do more damage, it explodes above the ground, so sometimes it can miss the targets. Where with the Strafing Run, it's always going to hit exactly what you want. This thing's perfect with dealing with things like bug breaches, or when you come across a patrol of bugs that you just don't want to deal with. Another little tidbit of knowledge, in case you didn't know, is you can use this to close bug holes as well. And now for my final stratagem. I go with the Gatling Sentry. I know some other people use the machine gun. Honestly, to me, they feel kind of the same. I feel like the Gatling gun doesn't get taken out as fast, so that's why I personally run it. But I believe both of these can be interchanged, and they do the exact same thing. So that one is up to you, and I'll let you decide. But sentries are perfect for holding perimeters. You can throw them down and use them for missions like escorting those civilians, or even when you're trying to wait for your extract, you just throw a couple of those bad boys down and you don't really have to worry about anything. Now for the moment I know you've all been waiting for, picking your armor. Now this is kind of where I'll jump off that, hey, you need to use this specifically ship. I don't really care what armor you pick. As far as passives go, I know it kind of depends on the mission and what you feel comfortable using, but what I would recommend is using at least a medium to light armor, as these give you the best mobility and stamina. If you do use medium armor, I would say go ahead and use that Stamina Enhancement, as it helps with overall cooldown time and it gives you more stamina in general. So this is perfect for helping with a medium, and you're going to get that added protection. Now for some added tips while using this loadout. With the Cookout, try to set up some choke points against larger swarms. That burn zone and the stagger ability is going to push them back, and they're not going to get anywhere close to you. And for the last tip, for the Recoilless or the EAT rockets, I personally wouldn't use them on anything less than a charger, just to save the ammo. If you're on things like mission level 6 or higher, you're going to need it. Overall, this setup checks all the boxes for a casual and beginner player. You have an easy to use primary that excels in crowd control, simple stratagems that are good for dealing with heavy bugs or extra firepower, and great ammo management with the resupply pack. This loadout is forgiving, powerful, and lets you just have fun instead of having to juggle complex gear. But there you have it, my pick for the best loadout against Terminids and Helldivers 2, and it's built around the SG451 Cookout. This gun melts bugs, and the rest of the loadout keeps you ready for anything. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with your favorite anti-bug loadout. Also, stay tuned for more dad-friendly tips, and remember, keep casual, stay alive, and let's go manage democracy.